I fought Nilfgaard a few years back. Now we make camp in the back.
You should have our seed taken. Or it will turn out like the millions.
Well, it was here yesterday.
Here, boy.
What else am I to do?
There's mists.
What do you want? Normally I only talk to drunks.
I heard you calling for Aldrin.
That's right, I'm looking for him, so I called out. Got a problem with that?
I used to know a man named Aldrin.
Not the same, do I?
How do you know?
Odrin never deal with your kind. A right and true man, that one. Drinking without him's like ploughing without a woman.
Everything fine? Great.
What do you want?
I heard you calling out for Aldrin.
What of it?
Just curious. Half the camp's looking for him.
Well, he's gone and got lost. But Audrin's a good man. He can drink 6 noggins of liquor, one after the other.
Wouldn't mind buying him a pint. What does he look like?
Ordinary, like any soldier, except he staggers a lot.
Oh my god!
Get up, you piss pump. Your friends are worried sick about you.
What? Where am I? What am I doing here? This is strange.
Are you Aldrin?
Aldrin, that's right. And that one was a cunt runt. Not a proper her, you know. I was all la-dee-da, I'll plow you nice, I says. And she done scream at me, like a bruxa.
Listen, Aldrin, you're so drunk a single spark and you'd be a torch. Now straighten up and shut up or the guards won't let you in the camp.
So I says, square schmer, what square? What the fuck fish do you mean? I wanna plow. And this cunt's prating on about square fish.
Tell me about the square fish later. We gotta get you back to your friends. They're worried about you.
Me mates? Oath? Oath, me brother, where is he? Oath? Oath?
Calm down and try not to puke on the guards. calm down and stand up straight.
Turn. Up. Yes, sir. I'm going where I'm not going where I'm not going.
Halt! What's that corpse you want to drag into the camp?
Private Audrin. He's sick.
Looks like he slept in a vat full of booze. It smells like he fell out of a dwarf's arsehole.
Why, you limp arse prick? You saying I stink? Come here!
Audrin, shut up. This soldier didn't drink of his own accord.
Oh yeah. Looks just like a teetotaler.
I had to question him.
And get him blind drunk in the process.
I have my methods. You know something that unties the tongue better than liquor?
Alright, come in. But hide him somewhere till he sobers up. We don't want no officer catching sight of him. I'm back! I won! Yeah!
Shut up, Audrin. Let's look for your friends.
Aha! See? I'm going to take me a nap right here. You wake me just as soon as you've brought him to me.
Audrin, stop fucking around and get up.
What? Huh? Who are you? Oh, right. Wait a second. Oh, did you see that? Something just flew past my head.
Tankers, 2 tankers, 3 tankers, 4. If you're feeling badly woozy, Bop, your guts up on the floor.
But they killed him.
5 tankers, 6 tankers, you look like a ghoul. Don't fall beneath the table, tie your arse to your stool. 10 tankers onwards and your guts are like a stone. Can't even see you, prick. It's time to head for home. The cop calls at dawn like damn, he's bloody loud. Suit up, fall in, attack and get well plowed.
Here, boy. Oh, Audrin, let me kiss that mug.
What? What? Swarms of them! Ah! Get him away!
Audrin, stop fucking around and get up.
1 tanker, 2 tankers, 3 tankers, 4. If you're feeling badly woozy, Bop, your guts up on the floor. 5 tankers, 6 tankers, you look like a ghoul. Don't fall beneath the table, tie your arse to the stool. 10 tankers onwards and your guts are like a stone. Can't even see your prick. It's time to head for home. The cop calls at dawn like damn, he's bloody loud. He's bloody loud. Suit up, fall in, well plowed, and get well plowed. 1 tanker, 2 tankers, 3 tankers, 4. If you're feeling badly woozy, Bop, your guts up on the floor.
Sabrina's shin bone.
5 tankers, 6 tankers, you look like a ghoul. Don't fall beneath the stool.
All you'll have is the tin pan on
10
that.
tankers onwards and your guts are like a stone. Can't even see your prick. Time to head for home. The cop calls at dawn like damn, he's bloody.
Beer!
I'm buying.
Ever see a witcher spreading coin around? Well, ever.
A first for me.
It all depends on the company.
Hear that, cocksuckers? Now step the fuck away from my best mate.
Beer inspires great conversation.
No, that was beautiful, what you said.
So, what are we going to converse about?
I'm looking for work. Think Henselt could use a witcher?
Deathmold would make better use of one.
Aye. He'll cut you up into bits and look at them neath a scope. Like a frog.
Shut it! Death Mole's got long arms and even sharper ears.
Henselt trusts Death Mold. I think the king knows what he's doing.
He don't know shite. I stand by it. Death Mold's got him under his thumb.
Quiet down.
Folk are happy, though. That's what's important.
Folk have had Henselt about up to the top of their helmets. Things go on like this, they'll knock his fat arse off that throne. He don't look to his soldiers no more. Forgotten us, the ingrate.
Well, it's no surprise they want to get rid of him, huh?
Audrin, shut it.
Geralt's like a brother. I'll keep no secrets from him.
Who are you talking about?
A knave, greedy and cruel. Kills for pleasure. The son of a bitch has magic armor and plays tough. Thought he could do what he pleased until he caught Death Mole's eye. Now he's hiding. Too bad about them other lads. If Trott's caught, he'll give them all up. Heads'll roll, I tell ya. Some peoples have come together to plot. They wanted me to join them, but I was too busy. And I don't trust this Trott. Them other coiners is alright, but Vincent's a greedy sadist.
Where can I find them?
What you mean, where? The brothel, of course. Ask for Whistling Wendy.
I'm not looking for a whore.
Once you have her, pay attention now. Tell her you want her smile to open the gates of paradise. Get it right. Except you won't get the fucker then. Ah, and give her this. I've no use for this coin. Won't buy me no beer. Wendy'll take you to them coiners.
What's going on?
Stay out of it.
Sabrina was a saint in her lifetime. Remember how she healed the wounded?
But now she's dead and can't help anyone.
I believe the visionary. Those who dismiss his words are doomed.
Doomed are those who take lunacy for prophecy and carcasses for holy arses.
What's this argument about?
I bought a relic to protect me from Scoia'tael arrows. They say I was ripped off.
That relic's rubbish.
Show me the relic.
What for?
I just want to look at it.
And?
A nail like any other.
It's not any old nail. Sabrina was nailed to the wheel with this. It'll protect me in battle.
If you believe that, all's well. I'll leave you to it.
Hello.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging round the tent like idiots.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were...
Greetings, Geralt.
Foltest's killer forced Triss to teleport him to Vergen. They're somewhere nearby.
That nosy little meddler Triss used my megascope to accomplish that. But I suppose I should be grateful. After all, I might have been the Kingslayer's victim. Even if Triss is in Bergen, I cannot locate her. This damn fog prevents any kind of magical probing.
A sorceress like you must know bundles about paranormal phenomena.
Any mage's knowledge has little to do with superstitions.
The Wild Hunt's no superstition.
Indeed, the phenomenon exists.
I want to know everything about it, including what you know.
You're out of luck. I've never concerned myself with it. I'm also not interested in whirlwinds or hailstorms.
I'd assumed that after killing the Karen, the Pontar Valley would hold no further interest for you.
You know nothing about me, Witcher. I'm here because 2 northern monarchs were murdered. It's quite probable Henselt is next on the list. We don't need another country descending into chaos. King Henselt cannot die. I'll make sure of that.
We'll have to sieve it out like hens on their eggs.
We need to talk.
What? No, hello, good morning. Pucker up and kiss my ass? Nothing?
Hello.
Good morning, White Wolf. Will you take some tea? It's a fortifying beverage.
Some other time, maybe. You must know a lot about the Wild Hunt, as one of the reigning majesties among mages.
I simply cannot concern myself with folk tales about corpses flying about on intensely emaciated steeds.
The Wild Hunt's no myth. Learn anything new about the curse?
A mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
It could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
Does the name Vincent Trott sound familiar?
A traitor. He did some damage in my ranks. 1 dead and 2 still in the field hospital. If you know where he's hiding, I have some issues I'd like to discuss with him. The tools are already in the fire, but the rogue seems to have donned an invisibility cap.
I believe he has Seltkirk's armor, one of the artifacts.
My investigation's at a dead end. I know not where he is, and I'll soon need to resort to more radical methods.
Hold off a bit longer. If he escapes...
There's no way to do so. My people guard the ford, and I doubt our brave Vincent could make it past the spectres. He must be nearby.
Spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The 2 of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you are here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thanks, on the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
Thanks. Can you make anything out of these notes, sorcerer?
Where did you get them?
Unimportant.
And you've no notion what's in them?
Wouldn't be asking if I did.
They describe a very dangerous ritual. Practically pure necromancy. The sort that gets you burned at the stake.
Be specific. What kind of ritual?
One to summon the soul of an evil man. A man evil enough to wander the world after death. Souls of this kind gladly enter into covenants in the hope of being sent into the beyond.
Why would anyone want to deal with evil?
The possible reasons are many. You'll always find people willing to sell their souls in exchange for something valuable to them. I'll gladly buy the scroll.
I thought necromancy was forbidden.
Oh, it is, but I'm an avid collector of manuscripts containing forbidden knowledge.
I think I'll keep it. Maybe I can become a collector myself. The plotters. I know where they meet.
I knew I could count on you.
Is that enough for you then?
One can tell a real man not by how he begins, but by how he finishes.
What else do you want from me?
I shall give you 4 of my men who'll be near at hand and provide backup if something goes awry. They'll stay out of sight until summoned. Bring me one of the plotters alive. I have many questions. I must know who's behind all this.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air, scavenging around the tents like idiots.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were touching?
Still looking for coins.
What else am I to do? This mist's driving me crazy.
Not another fucking stone.
browse and choose.
We should have our say and take an interest in things. We should at least object somehow. The split in the... Is on their tents?
Just need to watch that we don't make a mistake.
Well, a witcher. Girls, trim yourselves. How can I help you, Hanson?
I wanted to talk.
We're no strangers to the art of conversation, but it'll cost you just as much as a good plough.
Sounds all right.
Ask away, then. What would you like to talk about?
Heard of the Virgin of Edirn?
Hasn't everyone?
Any thoughts?
Oh, yes. A maturing woman like that never been ploughed. Her head's bound to be muddled. We'll have peace when she drops her sword to grab a nice healthy prick instead. Well, a witcher. Girls, trim yourselves. How can I help you, Hans?
I'm looking for a whore.
We've got plenty of those, you'll be glad to hear. But you'll need to show me your coin before you choose one. We all have our principles. Well, these are my girls. Choose, white-haired one.
I've heard good things about Whistling Wendy.
At your service, my prettiest girl, 'tis true. Fool soldiers gave her that stupid nickname. Tidy yourself, Wendy. Witcher on the way. Come on in.
What do you desire, my hero?
I want your smile to part the gates of paradise.
Come with me.
Vincent Trott, you're a little elusive.
Here alone. Not wise, Witcher.
We'll see about that.
I'm wearing Selkirk's armor, you know. Pretty much renders me invincible in a duel.
Give me the chainmail and I'll forget everything. Whistling Wendy, your plot. I know about the coins.
You're Deathmole's hound. I don't trust you.
You don't need to. I just need the chainmail. Not interested in anything else.
I'm to remove it?
And hand it over.
Then you'll be on your way.
And all will be well.
Doesn't sound like my kind of story. How's this instead? I'll kill you, take your swords and gold, and the gods will rain good fortune upon me for ridding them of a filthy mutant. Die.
Search the bodies. Huh. Nothing useful here. They must have been pawns. Report back to Deathmold. I need to talk to her right
and the Ravalets lands in Temeria.
Runaway, eh? I'm from Bad Bed.
Not another fucking stone.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear.
Spoiled my day. Bloody.
I found Trot and a few other enthusiasts of the square coins.
Did you learn who leads them?
No.
Any survivors?
No.
Oh, you might at least have spared Trot. I'm sure he had secrets.
Any reward for the conspirators?
Indeed, a nice round sum per head.
I could use the gold.
How many were there?
Vincent and 5 others.
You killed 6 men. You and your kind should be isolated.
The reward
is yours. Here.
Spoiled my day. Bloody hell.
The whole camp's gone berserk.
Where are these coins from if there wasn't a single one when they were pitching camp? I smell of that.
We don't want no trouble here.
Here to visit your old friends?
Just looking around. You?
A lengthy stay in Hensel's camp, and one is likely to become somewhat Kedlinized. I'd like to avoid that.
Rightly so. My memories and feelings seem inextricably linked. I seem to be recovering both. I believe Yennefer's alive, and I'll eventually find her.
Triss, Yennefer, that's some life you lead, my friend.
First off, we have no idea if Yennefer's still alive. Second, we have no idea if Triss is alive.
True. You seem to have 2 women, when in fact, you don't even have one.
Their kind doesn't die easily. I'll find Triss as soon as I've dealt with the assassin.
What about Yennefer?
I won't know what to do about her until I see her. Henselt's camp is abuzz with rumors about the events 3 years ago.
When you burn a sorceress at the stake, rumors spread faster than the seed of a lascivious baron.
I know you primarily value sorceresses for their firm busts, but I'm curious. What do you think of Sabrina Glevisic?
Sorceresses complain about feeling underappreciated, persecuted even. But let me tell you, Geralt, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If they didn't meddle, they wouldn't be burned at the stake. They keep whining about the horrors that took place on Thanet Island, about the order of the world being destroyed. But let me ask you, who brought that about if not them and their scheming?
Heard anything about Letho?
They say he's hiding in the ravines. He's not alone.
I know.
I fail to comprehend exactly why you have it in for him. He escaped, so what? You're no king, and as such are hardly in danger.
Letho is responsible for 2 regicides. I want to know why he did it. Or rather, for whom.
Is that so important?
Witchers don't step into political quicksand for no reason. I don't like the principles that govern the world, but so far nobody's come up with anything better. Murdering kings solves nothing, quite the contrary.
Let's say you catch him. What then?
I'll decide once I've heard him out, learned the truth. Maybe I'll see his point, or maybe I'll just cut off his head. Have you tried to, approach Vess?
Thought about it. On the one hand, I've never rogered a soldier, but on the other, the clean clang of steel against steel at an intimate moment could put off even the most attentive lover. Why do you ask?
I just like to know.
I heard you dueled each other.
You heard right.
You came out on top in the arena. Maybe you should try her in another setting.
I wonder what Sheila's doing in Henselt's camp.
You're not alone, because she's wondering what you're doing at the king's side.
How do you know?
She asked me about you.
What did she want to know?
I have no idea. I realized right off she was sniffing, and told her she could smell my fingers if she would. That'd be all she'd get.
And she gave up.
Mm-hmm. See how careful I am?
I found a letter addressed to the people of Kedwin.
A letter? So?
It's your drivel, idiot.
Where'd you get that idea?
I know you. Not to mention you had the gall to quote me.
You're not the only witcher in the world.
So, you admit it's yours?
Sure it's mine. People have had enough of that pompous clown colluding with Nilfgaard. I decided I needed to open their eyes a little wider.
Any idea what that pompous clown's going to do when he finds out who's opening his people's eyes?
How would he find out? It could only come from you, and I assume, at least I hope, you won't rat me out.
They're going to kill you.
Nah.
Why did you poke your nose in this?
Henselt approached me to write a few panegyrics about him. You know, singing his praises. Can you imagine that? Me? Writing a political pamphlet? Who the hell does he think I am?
But that's exactly what this letter is.
Possibly. But it's for a good cause. Henselt's a prick.
Everything fine? Great.
Well, it was here yesterday.
The elder and the recruit.
Greetings, Geralt, in these humble foreign walls.
Greetings.
My heart rejoiced to see that dear old noggin of yours emerge from a sea of unknown faces.
I see you prefer the company of Vernon and his men.
The soldiery at Hensel's camp looks at me like I'm a lump of rotten meat.
You think they suspect you of being a spy?
Who the fuck knows what's in their bloody heads? You know what? I regret I'm not a spy. I feel like the last bloody cunt here. Somewhere nearby, my brethren are sharpening their axes, just waiting for the fog to dissipate so they can blunt them on some kid when he necks.
You've been around. Heard anything about the Kingslayer?
Just that Henselt is shitting himself for fear that his head is about to be separated from his shoulders. For me, the assassin's hiding out in the ravines. An ideal place for his kind. Anyway, I've been wondering, why the fuck do you care so much about this cunt that you're so ready to stick your neck out to find him?
Letho is guilty of 2 regicides. I want to know why he did it. Or rather, for whom.
What's the difference?
A witcher doesn't step into political quicksand for no reason.
Every king has so much shite under his collar that taking a knife to his throat is always justified.
I don't care for the precepts that govern the world, but I've yet to find anyone who's found a better way to do things. Killing kings solves nothing, quite the contrary.
What will you do when you find him?
We'll see when I talk to him, when I learn the truth. Maybe I'll see his point, and maybe I'll just cut off his head. All rested after the boat trip?
Don't remind me of that. My stomach churns at the very thought.
You could have traveled here on foot.
If I'd known it before days of rocking, I would have. And if they told me I'd be eating dried and salted cod 3 times a day, I'd have clobbered myself with my own hammer before boarding that boat.
You're spending all your time in Roach's camp. Have you two become chums?
Chums? That's a bit rich. But he doesn't piss me off as much as he used to. Either he's changed or I've grown accustomed.
Maybe both.
Maybe. Besides, the camp has loads of other attractions. His men cheat me at cards, and there's a tit or two to hang the gaze upon.
If that's what you're after, there's a regular whorehouse in Hensel's camp.
How can you compare a whore's tits to Vessi's? I could buy myself the others, but hers are just to be admired.
He was slaughtering pigs at the time, so he takes a pig's eye and puts it between his buttocks.
He does what?
Puts a pig's eye in his arse. The elder and the recruiter enter, and the mother says, "Son, they've come to take you to war." And he's standing with his back to them, his pants down. He spreads his cheeks and says, "I can see that."
Did they take him?
Not a chance.
Yeah!
Yeah! Move it! Dodge! Dodge! Wait!
Here to spy on us.
Who would I be spying for?
For Henselt. For Deathmold. I heard they hired you.
It just so happens we have common aims. But don't worry, observing Vernon Roach isn't one of them.
In that case, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I was wondering what you're actually doing here, Vernon.
The Blue Stripes never want for work, especially in a hotbed like this.
You're not about to tell me, are you? And here I thought we had something special.
I've got my finger on the pulse, and I've not forgotten what I came here for, Geralt.
Foltest's assassin.
Precisely. He's holed up like a rat, and he'll meet a rat's end.
Any idea what's happening on the other side of the Battle of Spectres?
I expect not much has changed. A bunch of dwarves, elves, and peasants are trying to figure out how to save Edirne.
Saskia's an exceptional woman.
But just a woman, nonetheless. Besides, how would you know?
Just a hunch, and there's all the talk. Besides, to assemble an army of elves, dwarves, and humans who fight side by side, you pretty much have to be extraordinary.
You'll not persuade me some woman will defeat Henselt in battle.
You're forgetting one thing. Kedwen's just fighting for a better life. Edirne's fighting for life itself.
Motivation's important, I grant you. But it can't trump knowledge of the art of war. Temeria's my only concern, and I'll be glad to see Henselt's forces tied up here. That's a good thing.
Think he wouldn't stop after conquering Edirne? What if he quickly deals with Saskia and turns his army west?
It's possible, but I hope it won't come to that.
You need to be careful. Deathmold can't learn that you're holding a Kedweni spy.
He won't. Don't you worry none.
Deathmold has an excellent net of his own spies.
That spy we caught at Loritos, Arnold. He's prancing around in the next world.
Did he spill anything interesting?
He was tough, but waterboarding can be incredibly effective. Eventually, he coughed up that Henselt was trying to bring the border towns to a boil.
Henselt's not stupid. He wouldn't want to wage war on two fronts.
That rat Lorito was supposed to stir unrest in Flotsam. Luckily, you rearranged his intestines with your blade.
What news of good old Flotsam?
Thanks to us, it still is good old Temerian Flotsam. If I hadn't sniffed out Lorito's treachery, a Kedweni garrison would be stationed there already. Constable John Natalis has appointed a new commandant to Flotsam. Let's hope he doesn't turn out to be another whore.
You miss your old friend, Yorvith?
If the gods are kind, he'll yet fall into my hands. That said, I wonder what the scoundrel's up to.
In the face of possible disaster, they tried to draft entire villages in Baywood. Half the serfs knew beforehand and fled into the woods.
Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings, Vess. What news from the Blue Stripes?
They're keeping their eyes open, as always.
I wanted to thank you. That was a great fight.
The only great fights are those I win.
It's no dishonor to lose to a mutant created for swordsmanship.
If it wasn't a tournament but a battle, we wouldn't be speaking now.
You were better than all the Knights of Kedwen put together.
You're very kind.
I'm sincere.
A rare trait. Perhaps I should take advantage of this opportunity.
I'd like to sit down and have an honest talk with you, but I don't have time now.
Shame.
Another day, maybe.
The Count says these are...
Henselt thinks he'll take Vergen easily.
A regular army will always win against a popular uprising. I know this. Henselt knows it. I don't understand why Saskia doesn't.
Maybe she'd rather die than surrender. Or she has a surprise in store for Henselt.
Possibly. Henselt keeps the precise plans of his campaign a secret.
Why haven't you set up in the Kedweni camp? information becomes more available the closer you get to the source.
Henselt doesn't trust us, and I don't blame him. If not for this damn fog, we'd have moved even further south.
We've lost the assassin's trail.
The trail led us here. If it goes no further, the assassins must be in the vicinity. I see two possibilities. Either Henselt hired them, or he's their next target.
We'll find out soon enough. Could Henselt himself be behind the assassinations?
You don't think it's possible? Consider the Pontar Valley. Temeria, Kedwin and Edirn have been disputing it for generations. Only now, Temeria and Edirn are kingless.
True. Henselt might profit from the deaths of Foltest and Demavend, but covert assassinations aren't his style.
I suppose you're right. The Kedweni king seems to love a good war. Just take a look around. Perhaps that's his ruse. When the cheese goes missing from the larder, no one thinks of blaming the cat.
But we'll have to make do with them. We'll put them out front, let the cavalry run them over. Maybe it'll lose some momentum.
Life can be really strange. I fought the Nilfgaardians a few years back. Now we make camp with the Black Ones.
That's politics. What's it to us?
We should have our say. Take an interest in things. Or it will turn out like them did.
Bad chance of Henselt and Shillard inviting us to their meeting.
Well, we should at least object somehow. A split at the sight of the Black Ones. Turn our heads away. Is on their tents?
Just need to watch that we don't make a mistake.
Well, not another fucking...
Hello.
So?
had a mate from Rivia, but they killed him. I don't know why I'm telling you.
We don't want no trouble here.